All right, here we are again.
Yes, indeed.
Live and in person for this week's editions of Deals Revealed, top restaurant news, sales listings, and franchise opportunities from We Sell Restaurants, the nation's largest restaurant brokerage firm. I'm Robin Gagnon, and yes, it's Friday the 13th, but don't worry, the only surprises here are the deals and insights shaping the restaurant market.
Didn't even realize that until you just said it. I'm Rob Morrison. We're bringing you the biggest news of the week. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or even join our brand as a franchisee, this is the place to be. We'll cover restaurant news and sales, new listings, and insider tips on what's moving the market these days. So drop your questions in the comments so we can answer them live.
Okay, and if they're live, this is really cool. Say hello. Let us know where you're tuning in from because we can see it here from the screen. If you're catching the replay, type replay so we know you stopped by. Okay, we're going to dive in. What's happening in the restaurant marketplace? Here are the top insights. Okay, you ready for this?
Yes.
One of the most interesting shifts happening in the restaurant industry is this rise of what operators are calling micro concepts. Okay, instead of opening restaurants with these large menus and complex kitchens, entrepreneurs are launching very focused concepts around one category.
That's very interesting. Think about concepts that specialize in just one thing, but do it extremely well. Smash burgers, Nashville hot chicken.
Oh, that's hot right now.
It is, right. Gourmet grilled cheese, ramen, dumplings, even dessert-only shops. These restaurants are not trying to be everything to everyone. They're built around a tight identity and a simple menu that can execute quickly and consistently.
So a couple of reasons this model's gaining traction. First, okay, smaller menus, simpler operations, fewer ingredients, less waste, faster training. All those things mean profit. Second, it makes marketing easier. When a restaurant becomes known for that signature item, it's much simpler for customers to remember and talk about.
That's right. And there's another advantage buyers should pay attention to. Micro concepts often operate with lower startup costs and smaller footprints. A focused kitchen line and streamlined menu can mean less equipment and more efficient labor.
So for those buyers entering the restaurant industry, simplicity, it can make ownership more approachable. Instead of managing a menu with dozens of items, the focus shifts to consistency, speed, and customer experience.
Yeah, we're seeing this across major markets and small towns alike. The next generation of restaurant brands may not be the biggest menus. They may be the ones that do the one thing extremely well.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about a new insight. Restaurant brands are becoming, get this, media brands.
It's everywhere, yeah.
Yeah, here's something that would have sounded strange 10 years ago. So successful restaurants today are producing as much content as food.
Very nice. Some of the fastest growing restaurant brands have figured out that social media is not just marketing anymore. It's part of the business model. They're filming behind-the-scenes kitchen moments, showcasing menu items on camera, and introducing their chefs and their teams and building an audience long before someone ever walks through that door.
It's amazing. So when a restaurant is building that kind of following, something really interesting happens. Customers are already familiar with the brand when they arrive at the door. They've seen the food online. They've watched the preparation. They've shared this with their friends. So the marketing is happening organically through that audience.
Yeah, and for operators, that changes how restaurants think about promotion. Instead of relying entirely on traditional advertising, many are focusing on storytelling, visual content, and daily engagement with their audiences.
From a buyer perspective, see, this is very powerful because this strong digital presence adds real value to a restaurant. So thousands of engaged followers, consistent online engagement, recognizable brand translates into stronger demand and repeat business.
And in many ways, the most successful restaurants today, not just serving meals, they're building communities around their brand.
Okay, and last but not least, it is March. And if you work in restaurants, you know and understand that it is March Madness time, right?
Yep.
So March Madness is here and brands are moving fast to capture the energy.
Yeah. One of the more interesting plays this week is coming from Applebee's. Rather than just running a traditional dine-in promotion around the tournament, the chain is centering its entire March Madness campaign around the GOAT to-go business.
Okay, so that's a pretty smart pivot, right? Think about what March Madness actually looks like for most consumers. They're watching games at home, they're hosting these watch parties, ordering food for a crowd. So this occasion is really built for off-premise dining.
Exactly. And for a casual dining brand like Applebee's, that has historically lived and died by dine-in traffic, leaving to-go in a real signal about where that category is heading.
Yeah, so this casual dining segment, they've been under pressure for years now. Consumers have more choices than ever sitting down for full service. It's a big time commitment. Not everyone wants to make it. But if you can bring that casual dining experience home, the equation changes.
And for operators watching this, there's a broader lesson here. The restaurants winning right now are not locked into just one model. They're flexible. They're meeting customers where the customers are, whether that's at the table or on the couch with a bracket and a box of wings.
Okay, and speaking of a bracket, it was funny because I heard this morning that Clemson took out Chapel Hill last night. Okay.
There we go.
Big news. And for anyone thinking about buying or selling a restaurant concept, off-premise capability, hey, no longer a bonus, it's a core part of what makes a concept viable in today's market.
All right, and that's a great way to transition into our top listings this week. Let's move over there. The opportunities spanning Florida, Mississippi, and Illinois, representing three very different paths into restaurant ownership, from a recently built turnkey restaurant with strong sales to an affordable second-generation space and a recognized franchise location with drive-through service. These listings offer options for both new operators and experienced restaurateurs.
Okay, so what's connecting these is the flexibility, right? So whether we have this buyer who is seeking strong revenue, someone who says, no, for me it's low entry price, or the stability of an established franchise brand, each restaurant, clear path to ownership, and infrastructure already in place.
Okay, so our first featured opportunity this week is listing 36660 in DeLand, Florida, represented by Brittany Gates, and it's listed at $150,000. This turnkey second-generation restaurant is located in a busy Publix-anchored shopping center. It generated $730,000 in sales in 2025, offering buyers immediate revenue and strong visibility in the market. The space was built out in 2023 and includes fully equipped commercial kitchen with a full hood system, in-ground grease trap there, an 8-burner stove, flat-top grill, dual fryers, and a dedicated workstation. Cold storage and prep are supported by a walk-in cooler and a walk-in freezer. Prep tables and POS system there already in place. This restaurant operates from an efficient 1,059 square foot footprint with seating for 16 guests, making it ideal for dine-in or takeout or delivery throughout Volusia County. The lease approximately $3,800 a month and runs through December 2026, but it does have that option to extend, giving buyers a manageable overhead in a strong retail location. So for buyers looking to launch quickly, the infrastructure supports a wide range of concepts, including burgers, sandwiches, bowls, seafood, breakfast, or ethnic cuisine. Pretty much anything, right? The current owner is relocating and will provide ample training to ensure a smooth transition.
Okay, now let's kick it over to Mississippi. Listing number 36627 in Kiln, Mississippi, represented by Jay Chandler, listed at $84,999. Can't get any closer to $85,000. Okay, it's a Chinese restaurant, about 2,500 square feet, already equipped, key back-of-house infrastructure. You've got your grease trap, commercial refrigeration, prep stations, and POS system. 2,500 square feet with seating for 38 guests. It's a fully equipped second generation space, so don't think concept today, think opportunity tomorrow. You've got a refrigeration, prep table, shelving, and point of sale system already installed. And this lease, wow, even for Mississippi, this is crazy good. $1,200 per month, including CAMs, common area maintenance, terms running through 2027 and 2 additional 5-year options. Takes you out to 2037. Operating hours just 2:30 to 8:30, Monday through Saturday. So guess what? Expand those hours. Capture lunch traffic. Head-in delivery. With built-in infrastructure and a flexible layout, you can continue as is or transition into another cuisine, depending on that buyer's vision.
Yeah, sounds like a good opportunity. The third featured listing this week is listing 36637, and it's in Galesburg, Illinois. It's represented by Zoltan Lukic, and it's listed at $149,999. This turnkey franchise sandwich shop produced $581,000 in annual sales, and it benefits from established brand recognition along with a loyal customer base. It operates from a 2,400 square foot location, seating for 65 guests there, including indoor and an outdoor patio. A drive-through service lane adds convenience and contributes to strong revenue performance. The kitchen there, fully equipped with a hood system, grease trap, flat top, walk-in cooler and freezer, sandwich prep stations, digital menu boards, already in place there. The lease runs through February 2030. It's just over $4,000 per month. That includes CAM as well and an option to extend. It provides stability for a new owner. The franchise agreement there has 4 years remaining, 6% royalty, 2% marketing fees with that brand, and buyers benefit from established systems, trained staff, and national brand support already in place. Located in the county seat of Knox County, the market is expected to see increased tourism with the National Railroad Hall of Fame opening next year.
Woo, that's pretty exciting.
That's right. It creates additional growth potential there. That's exciting, yeah.
Yeah, these Hall of Fames, whether it's baseball or softball or basketball, any of this, all these tourist attractions, they attract people. And what do people do? Eat. All right, top new listings, all different, all have a different strategy. High performing turnkey in Florida, low cost, second generation in Mississippi, and nationally recognized franchise in Illinois.
So if one of the opportunities aligns with your goals, click Get Complete Package to review financials and additional details. Our certified restaurant brokers are ready to guide you through valuation, financing options, and next steps so you can move forward with confidence.
All right, now we're going to move into some top insights for sellers, because one of the biggest misconceptions that restaurant owners have when preparing for sale is that buyers only care about what the business did last year. In reality, serious buyers, they're studying two things at the same time: performance today and opportunity tomorrow. So a restaurant, don't get me wrong, strong numbers, that's going to get attention. But strong numbers and visible room to grow, that gets buyers excited.
Yep, growth opportunity. One of the first things experienced buyers are looking for. And they ask questions like, are the hours fully optimized? Is delivery maximized? Is catering part of the revenue mix? Or is the dining room used to its full capacity? Sometimes the opportunity is obvious. A restaurant that closes at 7 p.m. in a market where other restaurants are busy till 10, that concept can perform well in-house but has never activated third-party delivery, another opportunity. A location with strong lunch traffic that's never pursued catering or corporate orders. When buyers see those opportunities, they're not just buying what exists today, they're buying the ability to improve it tomorrow.
So exciting, too, to hear people talk about what they're going to do in the future. Another factor creating excitement, operational clarity, right? Buyers want to understand how that restaurant runs on a day-to-day basis. So we're talking clear systems, organized processes, and a manageable menu to help them see how they would step into the business. If the restaurant operates smoothly with documented processes and a team that understands their roles, buyers see themselves continuing that momentum. When it looks chaotic, overly dependent on the owner, well, guess what? Confidence drops, and negotiations, they get a little more tenuous. And that's where we come in.
That's exactly right. And how about this? Menu structure, another place buyers evaluate opportunity. Restaurants with focused menus, strong margins, and efficient preparation tend to attract more interest than menus that have grown too large or too complicated over time. A buyer can see how to streamline operations, highlight top sellers, or expand high margin items. That kind of operational refinement is something experienced operators immediately recognize.
Another one, let's talk about this, location dynamics. That also plays a role in buyer excitement. So when that restaurant's sitting in a growing trade area where new residential development is occurring, offices or office spaces expanding, or just, we talked about this earlier, increased tourism traffic, buyers see the future potential of the location itself. So even if the business is doing well, the surrounding market growth becomes part of the value proposition.
And what comes down to here is perspective, right? Buyers not just purchasing a restaurant as it exists today, purchasing a platform they believe can grow.
So for our sellers, right, thinking about this, a transaction in the next year or two, it's worth stepping back and looking at the business the way a buyer would. Where is the next opportunity? Could we expand the hours? Are there revenue streams we haven't explored? Is the operation organized so the new owner can step in with that confidence?
Yep. And when a listing clearly answers those questions, the buyers do respond. Instead of seeing risk, they see potential. And that shift in perception often leads to stronger interest, faster negotiations, and better offers.
Okay, flipping gears now to buyers. Here's some top insights because there's a question every buyer is asking early in the process. Are you buying a job or are you buying a business? Many restaurants on the market can provide a good living for an owner-operator, but the structure behind them can be very different. Some rely heavily on that owner being present every day. Others have systems, staff, and processes that allow the business to actually operate more independently. So understanding that difference, that's really key before making an acquisition.
Sure. So start out by looking at how the current owner spends his time. Are they managing systems and reviewing performance? Or are they working every position in the restaurant just to keep the operations running? If the owner's covering the grill, handling scheduling, placing orders, and managing front of house service every day, you need to ask whether that structure is actually going to work for you.
And then change gears and evaluate the team because strong restaurants have a core group of experienced employees who understand the operation and help to maintain consistency. So a trained staff understands the menu, service style, and daily procedures, and that can make a significant difference during a transition. Restaurants that have constant staffing turnover, unclear responsibilities, that's something that a new buyer sees as just a whole operational challenge in the making.
Buyers should also pay close attention to the physical layout and the workflow of the restaurant. Well-designed kitchen and service flow allows a team to move efficiently during those busy periods when the layout supports productivity, labor costs stay more manageable, service stays consistent. Operational efficiency often built right into the design of the space.
So we're just going to keep going because here's another area buyers should evaluate. It's the relationship between the restaurant and the local market, right? These restaurants that are embedded in their community with repeat guests, local events, or neighborhood reputations have more stable demand than businesses that are dependent solely on passing traffic. So that loyal customer base, and you build that with continuity, with apps, with programs for familiarity, that builds a foundation that new owners can build on.
Absolutely. So finally, ask yourself whether the business aligns with your goals. Some buyers want to operate the restaurant themselves and be present daily. Others looking for a structured business where they can focus more on management and growth. Neither approach is right or wrong, but knowing which one you're buying will help you make a better long-term decision.
All in all, buying a restaurant is more than purchasing equipment and inventory, right? You're stepping into an operating system that someone else built. The clearer the system is, the easier it becomes to continue the success of the business.
All right, let's talk about some success stories this
All right.
week. The sold restaurants are highlighting how different transactions can reach the same successful conclusion when the right buyer meets the right opportunity. From a quick close in Georgia to a complex financing situation in Tennessee, both deals this week demonstrate how experienced brokerage guidance keeps transactions moving forward.
All right, we're going to head to Cartersville, Georgia first. It's represented by Paul Rogers. We Sell Restaurants, Georgia Northwest. The previous owner, he was not a newcomer to the restaurant industry. He owned restaurants before, he understood the value of the business, and he approached a transaction with clear expectations. The restaurant was performing well, but the focus of the seller had shifted to other ventures, making it the right time to transition ownership. So Paul connected the listing with an experienced operator who saw that value almost immediately. The buyer evaluated it based on fundamentals, a strong location, a functional kitchen built for volume, and a dining room designed to support steady customer growth. Then, just because both the buyer and the seller understood the numbers and the opportunity, look at this. This transaction moved so quickly, the deal closed efficiently, matching a seller ready to move forward with a buyer confident in the long-term value of the location.
Yeah, well done again. Next one, we're going to move to Columbia, Tennessee. This one's represented by Taylor Clemmer with We Sell Restaurants, Nashville West and East. And this restaurant had been part of the community for more than 10 years, building a loyal customer base and consistent operating history. The decision to sell wasn't about performance. The owner was facing some health challenges and increasing demands from another business, making it the right time for him to step away from the restaurant ownership. What made this listing especially attractive was that it was the real estate was included in the sale, and instead of inheriting a lease, the buyer would own the building, creating both an operating business and a long-term real estate investment. So midway through the transaction, the deal faced an unexpected obstacle when a government shutdown
Woo, imagine that.
disrupted the original financing. Rather than allowing the deal to collapse, Taylor identified a new lender, restructured the financing, kept the transaction moving toward closing. The buyer, a young first-time restaurant owner, stepped into a business with a decade of operating history, a loyal customer base, and the security of owning the property. He now plans to introduce improvements and build on the strong foundation already in place.
Great stories. These two transactions, they really show how the restaurant sales, they don't follow this perfect script. Each deal brings different motivations, challenges, and buyer profiles.
What remains constant and consistent is the process, matching the right buyer to the right opportunity, structuring the deal around real conditions, and guiding both sides through the details that turn negotiations into a successful closing.
All right. So now we're going to jump into hot listings because
All right.
this week's hot listings highlight restaurants where infrastructure, location, and operational setup are already there, allowing buyers to step into ownership with momentum. So, from a mountain town cafe serving locals and visitors to a multi-unit franchise operation with strong revenue, these represent the range of paths available in today's restaurant marketplace.
Sounds good. First up, let's start with listing number 36669 in Fairplay, Colorado. It is represented by certified restaurant broker Tabby Hemphill, and it's listed at $150,000. The second generation cafe for sale generated over $155,000 in sales, and it's positioned to capture both local residents and year-round tourism in Park County, which is a gateway to Colorado's outdoor recreation corridor. It operates from a 1,400 square foot footprint, seating there, 24 inside, and some patio seating for 18 guests, operating flexibility for dine-in, grab-and-go, and third-party pickup. The kitchen fully equipped with a hood system, under-counter grease trap, walk-in cooler, reach-in freezer, sandwich prep coolers, convection oven, dough mixer, soup well, slicers, and multiple prep stations already in place.
That's a lot of equipment for a small space.
I think we just read the whole equipment list. The rent is listed just $1,980 a month. That's nice. The current lease runs through March 26, which is now. The opportunity to negotiate a new 3 or 5 year term is a great opportunity for a new buyer. The current business operates on a limited schedule. It's closed 3 days a week, giving a new owner the immediate opportunity, like we talked about, to expand hours and grow revenue from day one while stepping into an already built-out restaurant environment.
Love it. Okay, we're moving up to Minnesota now. Minneapolis, Minnesota, where we have a 3-store franchise business listed at $1,299,000. Multi-unit. So these numbers are off the charts, right?
Yeah.
$2.6 million in annual sales, delivering $432,000 in earnings for an owner. It's a really significant opportunity for buyers that are seeking scale and established profitability. They operate with an efficient delivery and carry-out model to maintain consistent performance during peak hours. Each location, fully equipped commercial kitchen, prep stations, walk-in POS systems, dedicated manager's office. That's a bonus to oversee daily operations. The locations are great. They're in high-traffic retail corridors surrounded by national retailers, restaurants, and growing restaurant communities. So strong visibility and, based on that, a steady customer base. Lease structures on all three have long-term stability with time remaining and options to extend. And there is a $30,000 franchise transfer fee per store, but that gives you, in addition to the remaining rights under the franchise agreement, 30 days of comprehensive local training to ensure a smooth transition. So if you're looking to expand through acquisition rather than build, this portfolio offers brand presence and immediate operating revenue in the Twin Cities.
Yeah, it's a lot of pizza. One of these hot listings reflect what today's buyers are seeking, right? Operational infrastructure already in place, proven sales performance, and locations positioned to support continued growth.
Okay, visit our website, and if one of these opportunities stands out, just click Get Complete Package to review financials and additional details. Our certified restaurant brokers are ready to guide you through the process and help determine if one of these listings is the right fit for your next move into restaurant ownership.
Sounds good. Every restaurant transaction that we talk about represents years of work and commitment and personal investment from the owner. And when the time comes to transition the business, the right guidance can always make the big difference in how smoothly the process unfolds.
So this week we're sharing a couple of experiences from restaurant owners who recently worked with our certified restaurant brokers. Their stories highlight professionalism, communication, and support that defines our approach.
Yeah, let's start in Charlotte, North Carolina, where Noor Zahid shared with us the experience of working with certified restaurant broker Preston Scotto. And he shared Preston was an absolute pleasure to work with. He remained professional and patient throughout the entire process and guided us every step of the way. His support made everything smooth and stress-free.
Whoa, we love that kind of feedback. It reflects something we talk about often because selling a restaurant includes many moving parts. So that broker who stays steady, communicates clearly, keeps the process organized, it removes tremendous amount of pressure for the seller.
Yeah. So next, let's head over to Marietta and Cumming, Georgia, where Vikram shared his experience working with certified restaurant broker Marcus during the sale of his restaurant. And he shared, I had a great experience working with Marcus during the sale of my restaurant. He was extremely professional, diligent, and patient throughout the entire process. He took the time to understand my requirements, guided me through every step, and always kept me informed. His experience and dedication made what could have been a stressful process, we always hear that, could have been a stressful process, successful. I truly appreciate his hard work and would highly recommend him to anyone looking to buy or sell a business.
And so again, what's standing out? The value of that strong communication and expertise. When a broker understands the seller's goals, stays engaged throughout the transaction, it creates confidence and momentum from initial listing all the way to closing.
Yeah. We say take that stress and put it on us.
That's it.
We'll manage it.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Stories like these remind us that behind every successful transaction is a partnership, and it's built on trust and professionalism and careful attention to the details that matter most to the client.
So we want to thank Noor and Vikram for sharing their experiences, and congratulations to Preston and Marcus for delivering the service and results clients expect from We Sell Restaurants.
All right, now have you ever thought about this? Let's talk about one of the most interesting opportunities in the restaurant industry that most people don't even realize exist. Every year, thousands of restaurants change hands across the country. Owners retire, operators expand, franchisees buy and sell location. Every one of those transactions needs someone who understands restaurants and knows how to guide the deal.
You nailed it. Then that's exactly what We Sell Restaurants was built to do. We are the nation's only franchise brand focused exclusively on restaurant brokerage. So while others treat restaurant sales as a side business, our entire system is designed around one thing: helping restaurant owners buy and sell successfully.
Think about the scale of the opportunity. Independent restaurants, franchise resales, multi-unit operators expanding through acquisition, and investors entering the hospitality space for the first time. The demand for experienced guidance here is growing every single year.
Absolutely. And our franchise partners, they step into a proven system designed specifically for restaurant transactions. You get access to national marketing, established buyer databases, valuation tools, training, operational support. But this is built from decades, real deals in the restaurant industry.
That's right. And here's what makes it especially attractive for people who love the restaurant business but want a different lifestyle. You're not managing inventory. You're not running late night shifts. You're not helping entrepreneurs. You are helping entrepreneurs.
There you go. Switch that up. You are helping entrepreneurs.
Make some of the most important business decisions of their careers.
All right. And your clients, they're restaurant owners, but they're planning their exit and they're excited for your participation. Franchise brands, they want your help managing transfers. Landlords who are reviewing assignments and buyers searching for that right opportunity. You become the trusted advisor, guiding complex transactions and helping deals move from listing to closing.
For operators, franchisees, or hospitality professionals ready for the next chapter, this business allows you to stay connected to the industry while building a professional practice in your own market.
So we give you the structure, the brand, the training, and the national network. You bring the relationships, local knowledge, and the drive to grow your territory.
Yep. If you've spent years in the restaurant business and understand how the industry works, this could be the opportunity to take that experience and turn it into a business of your very own.
So visit WeSellRestaurants.com/franchise to learn more about joining the nation's largest business brokerage brand and building your future with We Sell Restaurants.
All right. How about this now? Here's something that many people outside the franchise world just never seem to think about. Restaurants don't just open, they also change hands, right? And when they do, the way that transition is handled says a lot about the strength of the brand. For franchise systems, resales, not a problem to solve. They're part of the natural life cycle of a healthy network.
You're right, because listen, these operators, they grow. Partnerships, they change. Portfolios will evolve. And so a franchisee who started with one location may sell this brand after years of success. Another buyer's looking for the exact opportunity to step into a proven store. They don't want to build one from scratch. And that moment where one operator exits and another steps in is where strong brands show their structure.
Yeah, and this is interesting. Many buyers actually prefer franchise resales over new builds. The location already exists. The customer base already established. The team may already be trained. Revenue is already happening. Instead of waiting a year to build and to open, they step into something that's already running.
Right. And so for brands, that means every resale becomes an opportunity. It's a chance to bring in a new operator with fresh energy while protecting standards and reputation that are already established. When handled correctly, that location never misses a beat.
The key is the process. Buyers need to understand the steps. Franchise brands need visibility into the operator coming into the system. Sellers need guidance so the transition happens smoothly. Without structure, resales can slow down. With structure, they move efficiently and strengthen the brand.
So that's where We Sell Restaurants comes in. In today's market, we're seeing more multi-unit operators and investment groups entering franchise systems through acquisitions. All of this brings into play our expertise when we partner with these brands. So resales and resale partnerships like We Sell Restaurants are becoming a strategic part of a system's growth.
So the next time someone talks about franchise growth, remember, it's not just about ribbon cuttings and grand openings.
Sometimes the most important growth moment for a brand is when the right new operator takes over a location and pushes it into the next chapter.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, that's already it.
Yeah, it goes quick.
Fast.
It goes fast.
Yeah. So that's it. This week's top sales, listings, and franchise opportunities. So remember, if you're buying, selling, or exploring a career in restaurant brokerage, we would love to help you. If you enjoyed today's show, hit the thumbs up, share it with someone interested in restaurant ownership. Have a great weekend, and remember, our name says it all. We Sell Restaurants.
Yep, great deals move quickly. Click the link in the comments or visit WeSellRestaurants.com to learn more. Follow our page so you never miss a new listing, and we'll see you next Friday with more updates.